Hi, I'm Alex Zipp with the Drift Fly Shop, and I'm going to show you how to tie a tungsten midge variation of mine. Basically, it's like a zebra midge, but with 2 wires and a little mylar underbody, and it's worked very good for me here on the Pueblo tailwater. What you're going to need to tie this fly is a short shank scud hook, so like the 2487 from Tiemco. Um, for size 18s and 20s, I use a 5/64, either a silver, tungsten silver, or the black nickel are my two favorite bead colors. I'll do some in black. Um, a very important part of it is the underbody is mylar motion in the gunmetal color. This just gives it a little more flash, a little more pop. Um, and then for 18s and 20s, you'll use extra small, one red, one silver. And if you're going to tie these in 16s or bigger, then you can jump up to size small in the UTC wire. Thread isn't overly important on this one. I usually use an 8/0 or 6/0 uni, but you could use a flatter thread, UTC or Lagerton would be fine as well. So just start the thread, and I'll go about midway back. And I like to tie in both wires at once. Get them lined up just right. These are light enough. I might snip them. But I like to just slide it right in to the bead. And then we'll tie both wires together. And I come a good third of the way down the bend. And I'll bring it back up. You can attach the mylar however you want. I usually just slide it around the back and even it up. Get that tied down. A bit thicker here. Front. I've tried other types of flash, and like the regular Flashaboo, I always seem to break it on the hook point. But this mylar motion from Spirit River is just a little bit tougher. And I just wrap 2 strands of it forward just to make sure I'm getting good coverage. Wrap it all the way up to the bead. 2 wraps to tie it off. Don't worry too much about leaving a tag there. It's going to lay down or be covered by the thread head and or the wire wraps. So I'm going to take both of these wires, kind of pull up, and if you come in and pinch close, kind of keep those wires together pretty good. It's not a big deal if they spread out a little bit. About 4 or 5 turns right up to the bead. Tie it off. Break off both your wires. And then just kind of fill in the head a little bit there on your whip finish. And that's a 2-wire tungsten midge. I call it with the black nickel bead. I call it a new moon midge, and with the silver bead is my full moon midge. And if you want to reinforce this a little bit, you can add a little UV product. I'd use a thin a thin product, Loon Thin, or Wapsi now has a thin UV product, as does the Clear Cure Goo. But on these little midge, you need it to be a thin formula, so it just kind of lays down. You're not really wanting to add bulk, just kind of reinforce it and add a little depth to the fly.